Hi guys, nice to see ya. Today I'm going to show you my Poe journal. I call it my Poe Doré journal because Gustave Doré was the illustrator who did The Raven for Edgar Allan Poe. And I found another book that had many of his illustrations in it, and I used it in my Poe journal. Here's the cover. Nice cheesecloth on the front and some this is a silk sari yarn made out of the threads of silk sari ribbon. And there's the spine, Edgar Allan Poe, nifty, nifty. And all this lovely red seam binding. Break into this thing. This turned out to be very goth. It's very dark, but I had a lot of fun making it. This is one of Doré's illustrations in that book I told you about, Gustave Doré. He is strange. The illustrations are very macabre. They're all kind of like this. They have kind of a frightening quality to them, but I love them. Let's see if you can get a look at that one. Rabelais dissecting society and writing in his book. And here is the Raven. And that, of course, is a picture of a raven. Poe's headstone. And there's journaling room on the back of that, of course. And journaling cards. Here is another Gustave Doré illustration with journaling room on the back. And that's just a little one of the raven. Doily, silk sari mess. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. That's my favorite quote by Edgar Allan Poe. And in here we have Strange Carrot Guy with a top hat and an advertisement for 1 box of Dr. Mackenzie's improved harmless arsenic wafers. It says it'll whiten your skin and it won't hurt you a bit. Have a diagram of a Tesla contraption in here. He was contemporary to Poe as well. Male skull, contemporary dress of the time. And over here, I did the ladies. In this stamp, you'll see him throughout the book. I call him Edgar Allan Crow. Ha ha, ha ha ha. Yeah. The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls. Edgar Allan Poe. Here's another Doré illustration. I saw them, said Epistemon, all very busily employed in seeking of rusty pins and old nails in the kennels of the streets. And here is one of the original circulars to The Raven, illustrated by Gustave Doré. Well, a copy of it, of course. It's not the original. If I had the original, I wouldn't be ripping it up and putting it in a junk journal. This is one of the illustrations from The Raven. And more Tuckies. We have Hunt's Remedy, the Great Kidney and Liver Medicine. Skeleton. Oh, here's one of my favorites, cocaine toothache drops. I think I'd like to try those. Don't have a toothache, but I could pretend. And silk sari ribbon. Organza ribbon. Lots of journaling spots in here. I tried to make it for a goth girl. He lugs out his trusty sword with both his fists and cut the sausage in twain, and there he's cutting a man in half. I tell you, they're just absolutely gruesome illustrations. And this other book wasn't even a particularly gruesome book. That's just how the man draws. Layaway tag. And what is a goth book without bats? You gotta have some. Oops. Cheesecloth I used throughout because I thought it was kind of, you know, eerie looking. And there's an anatomical drawing of a heart with some sari ribbon at the top. And stamped keys. Creepy castle. Here is a doré illustration. And this I thought was kind of cool. This was something that was period relevant. Phrenology Illustrated, where they thought they could map the human mind by feeling on the skull. So the bumps and ridges of the skull told you about the personality of the individual. I'm playing with a new camera angle. I'm sorry if I'm going a little slow. I keep looking up at the camera to see if I'm in focus. In the middle of July, the devil came to the place aforesaid with all of his crew at his heels. It was the Pantagruelian, manufactured and fashioned into a halter and serving in the place and office of a cravat, which is an interesting way to say they hung him. Chloride of ammonium inhaler for eau de cat box, I guess. Another skeleton. Oh, here, this is pretty gruesome. You're welcome. Get my stuffies back in there. And, oh, this I thought was a pretty creepy skeleton guy. Looks like a tree growing out of his head. And what's a goth journal without Bloody Mary? There's another diagram of the head for phrenology. And a chimney sweep. Of course, there's journaling room on the back of that. All these cards have journaling room on the back. It's stuck in my lace. There's another one of the ravens on a skull. And another doré illustration. Doré. This one is an illustration of doré, and for some reason it's not creepy. Apparently he did things that weren't creepy sometimes. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence. So there you go. He had a high opinion of himself. Oh, and here is the original cover for the Raven that Gustave Doré did. And this little tucky is an advertisement for an anatomical museum where they display embalmed bodies. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know, I think I would have been at home in Victorian times. They were so macabre. Stamped keys. Book page. Here is another doré illustration. People dying in a flood. In this card, I was pretty pleased with finding this. This is Edgar Allan Poe's original manuscript. And it says, "And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore." Quoth the raven, nevermore, nevermore, nevermore. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe. That was the cover to one of his short story books. And this, it's old sheet music that I have in here, and there's some quotes, poetic quotes in there. This one is, "Men built Rome, the gods Venice." Who said that? I don't know, I can't even read the name. Sanavar, it looks like. And here's another anatomical heart for Pose the Telltale Heart. It works. And here is an ad for leeches, leeches, leeches. Guess that'll cure whatever ails you. And that's the end. So thank you for watching. This will be on sale on my Etsy site, oldcroneartisans.com. So look me up, come for a visit, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.